If only you had given me a son, my life would have been different.
Daughters were treated like disappointments simply because they were not boys? This is not just a story about gender. It's a story about pride, pain, and a mistake that would change a family forever. Before this episode ends, someone will break and nothing will ever be the same again. No matter what his wife did, it was never enough. If she cooked, he complained the food lacked salt. If she cleaned, he said the house was still dirty. If she smiled, he accused her of pretending. But his greatest complaint, she cannot give me a male child. Kunle and his wife Amara had 3 beautiful daughters. The first, Ada, was 10 years old, brilliant, calm, and wise beyond her age. The second, Kamsi, 8, creative, fearless, and always asking questions. The third, little Zara, 6, full of laughter and light. They were intelligent, polite, exceptional in school. But Kunle never saw their brilliance. All he saw was the absence of a son. He refused to attend their school events. He never read their report cards. He never carried them in his arms. To him, they were disappointments. Amara endured it all in silence. Every night, she cried quietly so her daughters wouldn't hear. Every morning, she woke up stronger for them. She prayed, she hoped, she waited for her husband to change. But bitterness grows when it is fed daily, and Kunle fed his bitterness like a king feeding his pride. One evening, after returning from work, he threw his bag on the floor.
I'm tired of this house. 3 girls. 3. What kind of man am I without a son?
Amara stood quietly. Children are blessings, she whispered.
Not daughters, he snapped.
That night, something broke in that house. Not a plate, not a chair, a family, and the storm was just beginning.
Get out of my house! I have made my decision.
Decision? About what, Kunle?
I am marrying another woman.
What are you saying?
Amara, go. Pack your things and your kids out of my house.
Shh, it's okay, my dear. I'm here. Stay strong. Stay together.
Leave now!
One day, Kunle, you will...
The only thing I will remember is the son I will finally have. It's good to see you.
You too. I love the new place.
Glad you do.
Of course. Don't worry, my husband. I will give you what you deserve.
That is why I chose you. I will do so many things for you if you give me a son. Just a son. I will buy you a house.
No problem, my love. The Lord will give us a son.
He felt victorious. He believed he had corrected his mistake. He thought he had rewritten his destiny. But destiny was watching. And destiny never sleeps. You can't escape destiny.
Life was merciless at first. Amara had no money, no shelter, no support. For days, she and her daughters slept inside a small unfinished shop, cold cement floor, open windows without glass, mosquitoes singing through the night. Hunger became their roommate. But that week, something powerful was born inside Amara. Not anger, not revenge, purpose. She looked at her daughters and made a silent promise. This is not where our story will end. But it was a beginning. She began selling fruits and vegetables by the roadside. Rain soaked her clothes. Some days she sold nothing, but every single day she showed up, and her 3 daughters stood beside her. After school, they helped arrange the produce neatly. They washed the tomatoes. They removed the rotten ones.
Fresh tomatoes, best prices. Green veg, very fresh.
5 tomatoes, madam, 50 naira. Ada handled calculations. Quick, accurate, focused. Kamsi attracted customers with her warm smile. Little Zara greeted everyone who passed by like they were royalty. Her laughter made strangers stop. People began to notice them.
Those girls are different.
They were polite, honest, brilliant. When a customer mistakenly overpaid, Ada ran after him to return the change.
Excuse me, sir, your change.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
When an old woman struggled with her load, Kamsi carried it home.
My child, this is too heavy for you.
I can help you, Mama. Wow.
When someone looked tired or sad, Zara's innocent jokes lifted their spirit.
Look at these fresh greens.
Slowly, business began to grow. From one basket from roadside to a small wooden stall. From a stall to a rented shop. Years passed. The 3 girls excelled in school. Always top of their class. Always disciplined. Scholarships came. Recognition followed. Teachers spoke about them with pride. They are going places, they would say. And they were right. The small vegetable shop evolved into something bigger. They didn't just sell produce anymore. They supplied markets. First across the city, then across the state, then nationwide. They built cold storage facilities to reduce food waste.
They partnered directly with farmers to ensure fair pricing. They created jobs for widows, youths, and single mothers.
What started as survival became a system. What started as pain became power. Their company grew into a multi-million-dollar agricultural distribution empire. Investors requested meetings. Banks offered partnerships. Governors visited their headquarters. Senators requested collaborations. Media houses competed to tell their story. Headlines read, "The Three Sisters Who Built an Empire." And at the center of it all stood Amara, the woman once thrown out of her home for not producing a son. She did not curse her past. She did not chase revenge. She built. She turned rejection into redirection. She turned shame into strength. She turned the streets into a stepping stone. And one day, standing in front of hundreds of employees at the grand opening of their new headquarters, Amara looked at her daughters and smiled. Not because they were rich, but because they were proof. Proof that greatness has nothing to do with gender. Proof that destiny cannot be cancelled by rejection. Proof that daughters are not a disappointment.
Amara didn't just build a business, she built legacy. And this time, no one could drive her out. Congratulations, it's a healthy baby girl.
Kunle, say something.
Meanwhile, Kunle's life took a different turn. The man who chased away his wife because she gave him daughters finally got another chance. He remarried. He smiled again. He believed destiny was correcting itself. But destiny was not correcting anything. It was preparing a lesson. Congratulations, it's a healthy baby girl.
Kunle, say something.
She's fine. Another daughter. Not the son he built his pride upon. Not the heir he imagined. And from that moment, his heart hardened.
You failed me too! I needed a son!
Did I create the child alone? He's getting worse. We start now. Hello?
What Kunle didn't know, she never left her old lover. While he shouted about sons, she was building an escape plan, slowly, patiently. Money began to move, small transfers first, then larger ones. Investments failed mysteriously, documents were signed carelessly. Kunle trusted her blindly. After all, he thought he was in control. Is it done?
Almost. One more property.
Good, let's finish this. Handle it. I trust you. Trust. The same thing he never gave Amara. He gave freely to the wrong person. Until one day.
Where are you? No! No! No!
She vanished. With everything. The money. The properties. The dignity. And suddenly, Kunle was alone. Creditors began knocking. Friends stopped calling. Business partners disappeared. He sold his cars, then his house, then what little pride he had left. The man who once mocked daughters now struggled to survive, and life was not done teaching him. The man who once said, "I deserve a son," now begged strangers for coins. But regret does not change history. It only visits you when it is too late. The daughters he rejected were the blessings he threw away, and by the time he understood, everything else was gone. Never despise what God gives you. Sometimes the treasure you are praying for is already in your house. Value your daughters. The sun was unforgiving that afternoon. Heat rose from the tarred road in heavy waves. Traders shouted, horns blared. People rushed past without noticing the man at the edge of the road. Kunle, once proud, once loud, once obsessed with having a son. Now he wore a faded reflective jacket. His hands were rough, his shoulders bent. He swept slowly. Luxury cars sped past him every few seconds. He avoided looking at them. Life had humbled him in ways pride never imagined. Then, a sleek black SUV slowed down. It didn't pass. It stopped, right in front of him. Kunle frowned slightly. Drivers usually shouted at him to move, but this one was different. The engine went silent.
The back door opened. A polished black heel touched the ground first. Then a woman stepped out. Sharp suit.
Elegant posture, grace in her movement, authority in her silence. Kunle glanced up casually and froze. His fingers lost strength. The broom fell. His heart pounded so loudly he could hear it. It was Amara, the woman he drove out, the woman he humiliated, the woman he called not enough. This one stood tall, refined, peaceful, unshaken. Before he could process it, 3 more doors opened. 3 young women stepped out, confident, radiant, powerful. Ada, Kamsi, Zara, the daughters he rejected.
But now, Ada adjusted her blazer. Her presence alone commanded respect.
She was now the CEO of a thriving company. Kamsi checked something on her tablet, composed and sharp.
Operations Directive.
They were not children anymore. They were forces. The busy road suddenly felt silent to Kunle. The world narrowed. Just them and him, dusty, sweaty, ashamed. I am sorry. People began gathering. Some recognized the women, some recorded with their phones. The once proud man who used to boast about wanting a son was now crying openly on the street. Never despise what God gives you. Sometimes the treasure you are praying for is already in your house. Value your daughters.